What the fuck?
Dude, look at
That's
this.
rotted out.
That's rotted out. Yeah, look.
That's gone.
Hole.
And it's separated here.
That's why it crawling back on the street.
Look at that shit. That's the front frame rail, folks. But that's a $60,000 car.
I thought he replaced the frame rails on it.
And make no mistake about it, you're not going to fix that. That is unfixable without replacing it. You're not going to get welders penetrate and stick to that shit. It's just going to blow away. The minute you hit that with, especially flux core, I don't care how much gas you put to it. I don't care if you TIG weld that shit. At least from here up, that's going to have to be replaced. No mistake. You don't have to believe me. Google's your friend. I mean, show this to anybody, man. He's going to say good.
Check this out. This car just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Stack. Can you pick it up?
It's cracked.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a crack in the fucking subframe. That's the subframe of the car, man. I mean, it's right. That's what that is, right? I'm trying to see.
That's what you're.
Yeah, because the fucking what do you call them? Goddamn thing.
Strut rods is what I call them.
Yeah, Dodge got them, all that shit. Pinos, all that shit. Yeah, I mean, that hooks to that. Yeah, that's part of the subframe structure. That's what I thought, dude. I mean,
look at this.
Because it bolts on. I mean, it's fucking cracked, folks.
See that, guys?
I mean, when I say this car is fucking twisted, it is fucking twisted, man. And it's not, I'm showing my fat titties and shit, but it's not just fucking, it's fucked, dude. That's what I mean. That's why Barry don't drive these old cars, because these old cars are not safe to drive down the road, guys. I mean, that's facts. I mean, and even Barry, as worthless as he is, knows this shit. He knows. Because listen, if Barry was to go out here and drive this car and wreck and hurt somebody, Barry can face criminal charges because Barry knows this is unsafe. This video is evidence against him if he hurt somebody with this car.
I can't get over that, dude.
You're going 70 miles an hour and catch a bump with that motherfucker, you're done. You're going to know it.
Wow, dude, that car is...
If that looks like that, can you imagine what the backup looks like?
Dude, that car is fucked. I thought Barry said he replaced the frame rails.
That's why the driver's side is bent down so far. I thought it was because of the wreck, but it's probably, like I thought before, it's probably because it's rusted so bad and he's welded new sheet metal in it, why it's been twisted and bent down like that.
Who worries about floor pans when your frame rails are shot?
The same guy that worries about wiper blades and shit. I mean, without a clutch. I mean, it's about, he don't care about making content, guys. He don't care about making these cars better. He cares about getting a fucking easy paycheck is what Barry cares about. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Everybody wants an easy paycheck, but
you guys, one of the videos tonight, I'm gonna take that as advice. Every video that we do and it shows this on his Mach 1, I'm gonna put it into one little video, so everybody on here can see how rough this car. Dude, this car is fucked. Like, oh my god. Like, even more I look at it. I
promise you, Barry, because in the other video, did Barry show all this? No, he showed a little chunk of that missing. That's what I mean. Barry's not smart enough to understand what he does. He's an idiot. He leads on emotion and shit when he talks. He talks purely out of emotion.
Yes, Spock, you lead on logic.
It's not that. It's just, you don't, listen, man, nobody, if you're a decent person and you're a successful person at life, and even somewhat successful, you don't live your life based on the way you feel. You live your life based on the way you know how to live it.
I want to point something else out. Look at that gas line. If you were to run it down the street and it didn't break in half, can you imagine someone got stuck in that and ripped your fuel line out?
I mean, their factory kind of ran like that, but it should be a
like
still line.
Way out?
No, it should be hooked to the frame, and it should be factory bent and go up, make a little loop, and go in. Fuck no, not way out like that. No, it should be hooked to the frame.
Wow, dude, that car is fucked. Barry, your Mach 1 is junk. That is junk.
That makes that the roughest Mach 1 on YouTube.
Look at that. This ain't the whole front of the frame's cut out. Look.
And then look right here.
Yeah, and then look right there's the fender ain't even bolted to the car.
Yeah, the car's bent, dude. When you look at that's the driver's side. If you look at the driver's side of Barry's car, huh?
Point at that. Guys, what that's pointing at right now, that right there is the fender.
When you look at the driver's side of Barry's car, look at where the windshield meets the cow and the front of the door right there. You can literally see the car. I don't know if you're going to see my fingers. Yeah, instead of being straight, if you look at his fender and his door where it meets at the top, look at the bottom. It literally does this at his windshield on the driver's side. It is bent. That body's twisted. For a fact, he hit a guardrail going a crazy amount of speed. Almost killed him, man. They talk about it in one of these pump to run videos. Ryan and another dude, the guys the one that pulled Barry out of the car that night. And this car is twisted bad. Plus, all the rust it's had, and then Barry just welding shit back in. He never got the car true again before he started welding shit back in. You know what I mean?
Dad, if he puts something on, he will kill himself or somebody else.
I don't care about. What I worry about people like Barry is they hurt other people, and then they blame other people for it.
Jesus.
I mean,
there's literally nothing to bolt a fender to. There's
you
literally
probably
nothing
couldn't
there.
get an alignment on the car. You know what I'm saying? You could take it and they could align it, but it probably they wouldn't do it on this car. I mean, if you took this to like Big O Tire or something, they'd be like, sorry, man.
No, I'll take it to Baby Killer Shop.
Right. I mean, someplace like that, they would charge you, but trust me, it's never going to hold an alignment. This car will never hold an alignment. It's not possible.
Dude, that right there, dude, that should tell everybody what this car's about.
It gets worse than that. Let it play. I mean, there's worse spots than that. It shows. I mean, look at the frame. Let's show the frame here in a minute.
Work that's been done. I put floors in it twice
You
now.
can't see it.
Done the first time at the great Johnny Morehouse.
Guys,
Look at that right there, man. Look at that.
Did another set of floors.
That is a frame rail, guys. I mean, look at that. Look at them welds right there, man. I mean, that's actual wire hanging off of my flex core.
Yeah, Midas Mumford did that exhaust.
I mean, look up in here, man. If you guys do your own video, you can see this shit.
and I want to say something else.
It's rough.
I'm going to slow this thing down. I don't know. Right after he's done showing this all this shit, I'm going to cut it and I'm going to slow everything down so you guys can see all this stuff.
I mean,
but I want to point something out. Barry talks how he put full floors in this car. Barry, those are not full floors. A full floor pan is a whole floor pan, not two halves. Those are called halves.
Floor sections.
Floor section, yeah. But that's not a full floor pan. Does everything.
Man, most people now look. If you're just throwing a car together, run down the road. I mean, a lot of people will you know, they'll grind their welds or whatever. My goal when I weld something in a car is I don't want you to know I welded that in that car. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, be honest about it, but I don't want you to be able to look at it and go, good. You know what I mean?
Make it look like a factory did it.
Yeah, I want it to be fact. I want the floor pan. If I put a pan in, I want it to be continuous. I don't want you to see a line where you can see where it's been put in.
Dude, your welds.
If I put a quarter on a car, I put a quarter on a car. I mean, you don't want to leave big burger welds and shit. Because listen, man, people see that and people will be nice to your face, but I see it all the time. The minute you walk away, they're going to be like, God damn, I wouldn't let that guy touch my shit. Now, if you're just, most people, I mean, I do see a lot of people on here, they just weld them in, they grind the top surface and they leave it good to go. And that's fine, as long as your welds are good. But look at his welds, man. I mean,
okay, but let's
you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't have a quarter inch of weld sticking up off your thing.
Let's speak some truth here. With them big ass booger welds he does, how much penetration is he really getting?
Right. I mean,
he's just laying boogers on top of what weld's there. And so you're not getting a good penetration.
And in a minute, he's going to talk about, he's going to have somebody get some steel and fix these torque boxes on his car or whatever the fuck it is. But I guarantee somebody, you don't ever want to take a big, thick piece of steel and weld it in with thin metal like that.
Sell
That's not going to
replacement
work
panels.
right. I mean, it's never gonna penetrate right. It's never gonna be right. It needs to be cut out and put in. In Barry's head, he's reinforcing the shit, but all he's doing is putting problems on top of problems.
But he's acting like it's a fucking 1922 Chrysler that you can't get parts for anymore. You got to.
I mean,
from his Charger, that Charger.
He admits freely he took this car to a professional Mustang builder. That's all he did is build Mustangs, and the guy told him this car is not worth it. It can't be done. You know what I mean? It would take more to do this car than you could buy one finished for. Because you would have to take this car, take everything off of it, and throw most of it away because most of it's junk.
You're going to be left with a roof skin.
Yeah, then you're going to have to cut everything off this car that he's put in it. It's going to have to be on a fucking frame jig to get it all straight because it's a unibody car and it's twisted. I mean, it's junk, man. Its purpose is exactly what Barry uses it for, yard art. That's it.
How many of y'all have seen graveyard cars? You guys remember when the graveyard car started out, they had that Phantom Cuda, right? The car that was mangled. They literally had a roof skin sitting there. They sent out to AMD and had it fully rebuilt. That's what this car, when you were all said and done, cutting everything away, a roof skin would be all you had.
And you're in the structure probably. And some of it. But like the whole front, the nose would have to be all the way cut off and new nose put on it because it's twisted.
And this car ain't the Phantom Cuda. It's not worth that kind of money to fucking restore.
It's only a 2-barrel. It's your mom. If your grandma went to fucking Ford in whatever 69 or whatever year, and she wanted a Mach 1, this is a front row car. This is a factory 2-barrel car, man. This is nothing special. There's no special order car. This is what every Ford dealership in America has sitting in the front row in 69. I mean, it's not a special car. It's not a special this. He talks about these stripes. All of them had that shit. Yeah. It's not nothing special like Barry makes it out to be. He makes his car like it's a $60,000 car. This ain't a $60,000 car fully restored.
No.
I mean, numbers match.
I've seen better candidates for less than $5,000. Better restoration candidates.
Because it's a complete car, but look at the parts that's on it. All of them are junk. I mean, you're gonna have to. I mean, the dash ain't no good. The cluster's probably wiped out. I mean, everything on it is gonna have to be took off and thrown away. So you're better off to buy a car that don't have any of the parts and put new parts on it, because you're going to be taking this car apart. You're going to have all the time and taking it apart, throwing it away, and buying new parts anyway. When you could just buy a shell and buy new parts and put them on and cut the whole step out of stripping it. You know, I mean,
here's the point I want to drive home. You're talking about him putting sheet metal. Why? From even his race 10-second Challenger, that frame rail is repopped. I would have just bought a new frame rail and welded it in like Dylan McCool did. Or cut out the bad section and weld in the bad section. Like Dylan McCool did. This car, they sell rear torque boxes. Why not just buy fucking torque boxes, you cheap bastard?
I mean, he's going to do a video on that where he says, he got $7,500 he can buy this car. He don't have $7,500 in the bank, man. I mean, come the fuck on. Ryan pays his taxes. Well, I told Austin, how many of you guys think this would be a good video? Which is going to be a lot of work for Austin. But
don't
how many of you all think this would be a good video? A video of nothing but Barry talking about snippets of every video that Barry talks about. Ryan bought me this. The boy bought me this. The boy bought me this. Because the boy has bought everything. He paid his property taxes.
I'm going to shoot you in your fucking face because you know everybody's going to be like, I want to see that video.
I mean, I'll bet you could do an hour video on 20-second snippets, a minute snippets of him talking about what that kid's buying him.
You do realize
paying his bills.
You do realize if I have to do an hour long, if I have to sit through fucking 3 hours of footage to screen record it to make this video, I'm gonna kick you in your teeth.
Well, that's payback for me spending 4 days digging post holes, putting in a privacy fence while you fucked around and hobble on your foot.
Oh shit!
I mean,
no. Did you see what happened in that video? Well, you haven't seen it yet. Ryan has to turn the camera away from Barry because when he says he has $7,500, there's shit coming out of his mouth. He ain't got no fucking. He's on disability. I mean, that dude walks up and says, "Here, do you want some Angel Soft?"
We're saying, man, ain't nothing wrong with being on disability. What I'm saying, but there's something wrong with someone on disability knocking other people's
jobs. That is the factory
now
original.
Look, I want you guys to look at this frame rail.
69 Mach with the factory original transmission and the Windsor. Still original engine.
Ooh.
Numbers matching all the way back. The transmission's been
act like it's a fucking Cleveland.
Double AMCO, and they remote the training.
So you paid somebody to rebuild your transmission.
Usually was done by Kevin Mahorney.
You paid somebody to rebuild your engine.
I bet his mom paid.
I mean, oh yeah, mom did.
I've done
now look at this frame. Look at the frame. Look at the frame, folks.
Look at it.
Hold on. You gonna do it? You got it?
Yeah.
Look, man.
Hole.
That's chunks missing. That's cut out. That's a smooth edge. That is cut out. But not even that to stop. Look right here, dude. I told you it's twisted, man.
Hey, Barry.
Look, this ain't factory welds, folks. Look at this shit.
Hey, Barry, I got a question.
Look at this, man.
I got a question, buddy. If I was to give you, let's say, $1,500, could I come up there and smack that frame rail with a hammer?
They didn't even do spot welds on this. They said, fuck it. They just put a booger weld here, a booger weld here, a booger weld here on that inner fender.
Oh, shit.
They put a booger weld here, a booger weld here, a booger... They didn't even drill it out and spot weld it in, man. I mean, look at this weld here,
That's
man.
structural.
I mean, look at the distance between this and this. I guarantee you're not supposed to have a big weld in between that.
That's possibly touching in there.
Look at that.
Look.
I'm not making this shit up. That's exactly what that is. Look, that's weld. They didn't even make sure that shit was sucked down. They just stitch welded it.
Jesus, Barry. Look at the fuel line.
Right. I mean, he acts like this is something. I mean, I'm not a Mustang guy, folks, but is that supposed to be missing that big chunk of frame rail right there? I mean,
this is a junk.
Is that a factory access for something? I mean, wait a minute, where's that at?
It's
I was gonna say, I bet you they did that so they could get. I bet the bolts broke off for the front K member, and they did that to get to the top of them. I bet you they did.
You know what that is? That dumbass that cut the hole in the hood did that.
Right.
You fucking loser.
That's what I mean, folks. This car would have to be totally took apart and put back together. Look up there. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Control arm bushings.
Look at the rust. Look at that shit right there.
Ball joints.
That's exactly what they've done. I told you that's what they've done. They cut that hole to get to them fucking nuts and them keepers.